All right, guys. So today we will be talking about portfolio and career development for UI UX designers. And it's really one of those I mean, want to ask a question. How confident are you guys? You feel you're confident enough now to take up any project and try something, try your hand on and see your level of growth. I always tell people you never know how far what you've learned until you try something. So if you shy away from assignment, you're really doing yourself bad. You're not helping yourself. So now if I may ask, how have you guys been? Like, do you think you can pick up any project now and get your hands on it? Or rock? Or rock, the question is for you. Adeyinka, Nasun, Slice. Do you think you can pick up any project right now and try something?
Um, okay, sir. On my own part, yes, I can pick
Ama-
up a project and try something.
Amazing.
Though not perfectly, but I mean, I to an extent, let's see if it's out of 100%, I should be around 70, 80.
That's a pass mark. No design is complete. There's a design I did in 2023. I just literally corrected it today. I just noticed something today. I was like, oh, did I really submit this? And they did not notice it. But I just saw one thing and I just corrected it today. But I was trying to do something on my portfolio. So, I mean, there's no, that's why you have product life cycle. There's no product that is complete. Sorry, there's a light coming from my, no product is complete. So you always iterate, you always find a way to bring in new things. So that's all right. So guys, let's talk about career and product development. The question would be, some people learn UI UX for just to add new things to their skill. Meanwhile, some learn because they want to build a career. So depending on where you find yourself, you would definitely need something if you want to build a career, and that is portfolio. So what's your portfolio? That's the question. What's your portfolio? I would say your portfolio speak louder than your CV. No one ever asks. In fact, it's even worse in the UK where I am now. I've never. If you are looking for a job, they don't ask you. The first thing they ask you is to submit your portfolio. Then they ask for your CV, and they don't even ask for your certificate. I've not used my BSc certificate since I've come to this place. None of the job have gotten have asked me to submit my BSc certificate to see how irrelevant it is in terms of take when you're in take. I mean, other world you might use it. No one asks you for that. Reason is because it doesn't guarantee your creativity. It doesn't guarantee your expert. They want to ask you to send your portfolio. Let me see what you've done. So if they know what you've done, that's fine. Every other thing does not matter once they know what you've done. Of course, they may ask you other things like your communication skills. They want to see how you can collaborate with the team and everything. But basically, other things does not count. They want to see your portfolio, so it speaks louder than your CV. And I wrote it's your digital showcase, proof of skills, creativity, and process. Ideally, they want to see your process. They want to see how good your process is. They want to see how you how do you when you want to start any project, how do you start into this, the one I'm sharing? Let me drag my laptop, the one I'm sharing, and see if I can share my portfolio with you guys so that I can use. Abi, sorry. So this is my portfolio, right, guys? I don't know if you're seeing my screen. Okay. So this is my portfolio, right? And I let's assume I'm applying for any job. I will definitely send this link to them because that's what they asked for. In this, I have all my things, including my CV and everything. So I don't even need to submit my CV. Then some of the jobs that I have done, I just show them, yeah, all the jobs I have done. Then, I mean, it's not all the jobs, but I just make sure I add some of the jobs that I feel is a bit better. There are so many I've not added. I call them featured jobs. Then from here, I will show. I said, remember what I said? I'm trying to show you something. I said something here. It will show you where you showcase your proof of skills, creativity, and your process. Now let's talk about the process. So in the process, I'll tell them, okay, case study. If you click on to watch my case study, I'll say, let's say my project overview, my design process, empathy map, talk about my user interview, talk about my user persona, talk about the font and color I used and some of the screens I did. Then I think something is missing. Yeah. Then I just asked them. Okay, so I asked them if you got time, have some time, check out my full case study. This is the full case study. Just follow me because I want to show you guys something. So this is my full case study. Let me see if I can fit, no, fit to ask responsive. Yeah. Let's say this is my full case study. Where is this fit to what again? Um, yeah, so I prefer this. So this is more like my case study in that project. So I literally will show you everything I've done, what my role, my contribution, the context. This is a full project in one of the design, in one of the projects we've done, the process, what I did. So you see that even before you show your designs, you've already, everybody want to see, okay, because this is how you are going to present your project, user interview, what you did. And this is what I'm even expecting from your project when you're submitting your project, by the way. How we proceed, what we did, the user methodology, the sample size, how many people did we ask questions we asked, couple of those one of the things, key problem we identified during our research, then focus area, then of course how we created an affinity map, then empathy map, user journey, the user story, jobs to be done. So like when I need to send money urgently, this was people sending money from Australia to Nigeria. So mind mapping, what we did, user persona. Remember in our first class, we spoke about all these things, right? If you make reference to our first class, you should be able to relate. But all these things were um, before I even submit my, how do I call it? Before I even submit before I even send my final screen, see all this shows what we did, how we were able to come up with um our design, user flow, the sketches, what we did. Like ideally you show everything, your wireframe, your so anyone seeing this, imagine both of us applying for a job and someone sees this so detailed and you're like, oh, this guy must be a good fit for my job. So because the market is saturated, you have to position yourself in such a way that you stand out, that they call you. The only reason why they might not give you is if you are asking too much money, which of course you know your worth, but at least you are sure that you'll be invited for interview, which is good, and you scale and you know your interview, not just presenting something because you copied online, but you know what they are saying. So all these things are in me showing my progress. And the last thing we successfully launched 4 months later and so it's just a sign of ongoing iteration. It's just a sign that okay, how did you do it? What did you do? How did it go? So everybody want to see your process. Everybody want to know your process, how you literally do your designs. Everybody want to know it. And that's me. I want to know how your design is. I want to know your process. you do in your design. So that's why I say it's a digital showcase where it shows your proof of skills, creativity, and process, and it helps recruiters understand your thinking and problem solving abilities. So when they say, okay, this guy, how did he go about with this? How did he ideas? How did he come up with this option? What happened? Because I literally wrote down everything I did. The idea is because um it helps you to master your work so that even if you pick one as a template and you copy again, you can always replicate in another product. Because it's literally the same thing you are going to do in all your products. You are going to ask questions, you're going to do user testing, you're going to ideate, you're going to do all those things. So just write it down and your process. Use it as a template and follow up another product you want to launch, you want to design. With so you're already on the right track. Then after that one, of course, another thing, what to include in your portfolio. You need to talk about yourself. If you check mine, I think I did, yeah. You need to talk about yourself, what you do. Let me see if I have my own. Need to bring it again to this. Talk about myself, which is this. This is me. Talk about myself, and then after that one, you can, if you want to just read only about me, you can always check here and read only about me. And let me add disclaimer, all of you might not be good with doing website. I build websites, so you look at my own can be on a website. You don't need to use website for your portfolio. You can use your Figma literally for your portfolio. Build everything on Figma. If you know how to design on Figma and prototype it, then you share your link. Is that okay, guys?
Yes, sir, please, I have a question.
All right.
So this prototyping that we do now, will it be
Yeah.
possible to showcase how it works? Like
Yes, you
this whole
can.
thing now where we do, like we increase item and cart number and all of those things.
No, you will not show how it works, but you can show the final prototype. Any any UX or UI person seeing your prototype knows how it works.
Okay, so it's not like you can show
No, you
the
cannot
thing
show
while it's working.
except you want to do a video recording of what you did of your back this thing, but
Okay,
it's not really necessary.
all right, sir.
It's not
All
necessary.
right,
They
sir. So
might
it's
not
only
see
maybe
it
during
them.
presentation with your shareholders.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Except
Oh,
in some jobs, they might literally tell you to, maybe in maybe second, third stage, you might have to do work on a project in real time.
all right. All right. Thank
So
you, sir.
that one they might tell you to. They want to see what you are doing. That one, they might ask you to do it. But in real sense, they don't really need to ask you to do that. Yeah, but they can. Excuse me. I don't like putting my prototype I don't like putting my prototype in my portfolio. I just screenshot some of the screens and show them. I have reasons for that, by the way, just personal reasons. I'd rather show you my case study in my case study, and I show you because I don't really think they need my prototyping. I just want to show you my case study, what I did and everything. Then I put some of the screens on my case study. That's fine. But for prototyping, no, I won't. I don't think I want to show you my prototype. Neither do I pick up any job. I mean, it might not be for you, but if assuming you're recruiting, you say I should do, and the first test is asking me I should design something or rework on your project. I don't do that. I don't do those kind of interviews, by the way. If I'm looking for a job, you tell me redesign this as a means to qualify me, no. Because imagine 20 people redesigning the same application. They won't get back to you. So they use your idea, they use your idea for their project. And they might not even get any of it. In fact, most recruiters are doing that now. They put in job opportunity out there and they say 20 people or people apply 100 people and they shortlist all of you. They give you guys tasks to do. The idea is to steal your brain and they won't get back to any of you.
That's true, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So most
So how do
creative
you
guys,
even know?
Yeah,
And
exactly. So the
let me
best
let me
way
see
is,
someone I know.
yeah. So the best thing to do is to ask them that you don't participate in tax, that you rather you are all, I appreciate you inviting me for this interview, but I don't participate in tax. However, you can ask me to walk you through on my project.
Isn't that an automatic
It's
disqualification?
not.
I mean,
Well,
you're just
I
one
can
out of
assure
many.
you, the question is you can ask them how many people interviewed for this role.
You can ask
You
them
think
that.
of it. Yes, you can. In Nigeria, you guys don't know, but yeah, we have you can ask all those questions here. So sorry, how many people did you invite for this role? They say, oh, maybe they might tell you about 10. They might not tell exactly. They say, okay, about 10. So that means 10 of us were doing the same thing. They say, yes. How many people do you need for the role? They say one. So what happens to the time of others? You just ask questions. So what about those 9 people that will not be taken? Are they going to be paid for that time? Because we work hourly here. So are they going to be paid for that time? Just ask question. They won't see it. Just are they going to be paid for that time? What happened to them? So those things. So most recruiters now in UI UX they don't ask that question. They only tell you to walk us through the first interview. They will have a normal interview with you. The next stage they will tell you to walk us through on your project, like a case study. That case study I showed you now. That's what they do now. Because they realize that designers are smarter than how they used to be. Nobody really do that anymore. Because it was very rampant before, but that stopped. Most people have now know that they know their sense. So a product owner would literally invite 20 people, give them tasks to do, and pick those designs and build this product. Pick ideas and build this product.
Wow.
Because you are going to submit the file, right? Yeah. So it was terrible. The people, but I think people have really learned. So that's why I'm saying you talk about yourself. They might just ideally I would say make sure just know your worth, but you cannot do that if you are just starting. You need to be able to get I know you want to get experience and everything, but you get to a point where you need to know your worth. So what is included in your portfolio, as I said earlier, about you, where you talk about yourself, your drive, your design philosophy, then your case study, more like 3 to 5 projects. I think I have about 7 projects in mind, and I'm still removing one. I don't want to put all the projects. And also, there are some projects that you work on, they'll tell you you sign an NDA, non-disclosure agreement. So you cannot use it on your portfolio. So
Oh,
whenever you're working on a project, ask your project owners, ask them if they allow you to use it on your portfolio. Especially, it might not really work in Nigeria, and yeah, they can sue you heavily for it because here they don't take. Yeah, so you have to be careful. We don't. There are some jobs I do, I can never use it on my portfolio because we sign NDA, non-disclosure agreement. Especially the one in your office, like my office, I can't use it. Yeah, I work on it, but I work as a team as well. But you can't use it because you're being paid for that time. It's not your intellectual property, but in as much as you said you design it. But you can always ask for permission if you really need to, and they'll ask the clients if they would allow someone to use it. But I'm just saying, you can write that you used it, but you cannot use the screen. You can put in your CV that you did this. I work for JD Sport, like JD Sport, I work for them. The design I did for some of them, I work for I've done something with Adidas recently. So those ones I can't use it, but I really would have loved to use it. I don't even have it on my personal system, right? Because it's on office system, but I really would have loved to. So that's it. So those things you sign NDA, not non-disclosure agreement, they might not allow you to. Um, how do I call it? You might not be able to use it. So always ask question. Then research, because what else? You problem statement, like I put on my own research insight, my process, UX process, what I did, empathy map, personas. I've shown you guys that already. Wireframe and prototypes. Yeah. Then final UI design, like I said, tools used. What did you use? Outcome and reflection. If you check my case study, you see my outcome and reflection. I think I can just quickly open that. Let me see if I have it on this one. Sorry. Put about what I learned from the project, what I learned. This was my key learning. They want to see it literally, what you learn, then what your screens just show basic things. The metrics, like, I mean, I can share I don't mind sharing this with any of you. You can just go and check my website if you want to see what I did, by the way. But it will really help you guys. So after you've done your reflection, the next thing you need to include is your process documentation. Like I said, your screenshots, sketches, test result, feedback, and iteration. Remember, I spoke about it, and I showed you guys also on my own the screenshot of the sketches we did, the result, the questions we asked, feedbacks, and everything. I think we have all this here. Let's see the feedbacks. My feedback. What was it? The questions we asked. Questions we asked. What happened? What factors are most important when choosing a transfer service? People choose slow fees, people choose fast transfer, put those feedbacks and everything because you need them. You might not put all the questions, include all the questions, but endeavor to have them in some way because they need to know your process, like I said. Then once you've done that, what else do you need to include in your portfolio? Your contact and resume link, which I've done that. Optional blog testimony. I don't need all these things. Then we're gonna see what I spoke about if Richard video walkthrough. So if you really want to, you can do a video walkthrough, but I don't think you really have that time to be doing video walkthrough. But if you want to, I mean, that's fine. You can just do, you know when you record your screen, right? When you're designing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can just do a video walkthrough, record them, you walk them through your design file. That can also help. I mean, depending on what you want to adopt, that can help you. Yeah. So
All
what
right.
else do you include in your design? Tools for building portfolio. So some people you can use Behance or Dribble for your you can use Notion. It's like it's a customizable documentation style portfolio. I don't think it's free, Sha. Then you can also use website builder like Webflow, Wix, Framer, or custom with WordPress for those of you that can do it. That's fine. People use PDF portfolios for offline sharing, but I don't think you should try. I should do it. I don't think I like
Behance and Dribble, are these free?
they are free. Yeah, most of them are free. Most of them are free. So you can use Behance and Dribble if you want to, or you can look at Framer. I think Framer is very good for it now. If you are using premium Figma now, you can actually build a site on Figma. But this is my personal account, is not premium. So no need to have two premium accounts. I can use one in Office. So yeah. So if you are using premium, we can use Figma site to build a portfolio now. So, but I'll recommend Behance and Dribble. But if you really want to do something sophisticated, try Framer. Framer is very good. The free one. Yeah, just try it and do something simple. Else use Figma and do a proper prototyping.
But
So literally build a full. Imagine, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying by using Figma. As if you are building a website. Imagine building my kind of website on a Figma. So you have how do I call it now? Let's assume you have just bear with me. Let's assume you have I'm just going to use red so that you can see what I'm doing. Let's assume you have just here. So imagine you have your logo here, you have your name, home, project, all your projects here, and you have a drop down of your project. When you are doing design now, right, guys? So on over, you can say on over, drop down, it will drop down your components. It's very easy to understand the structure. So let's assume you build a component, you called it one, let's say you guys are taking me far, but I'm not supposed to do this by the way in the class. Let's assume I call this I'll create a component with this. And I'll say maybe I now create another one, let's say one of this. Or let me do like this. Let me instant. On instant, I'll remove all this. Yeah, so I'll say let's prototype. Sorry. Yeah, on while hovering. Yeah, variant 2. When I do it dissolve, yeah. So if I come here, I'm just doing it the regular way, and I want to insert this. I want to change it to variant 2. So I'll say if I prototype, I'll just show you the idea of what you can do with your you can literally build a complete website and share the link, a prototype link with your, so I can, okay, I did not do the same with this one. Supposed to do it here too. Mm, mm. I don't think it's good. I did not arrange it well. Let me cancel it and do it properly. I'm in a rush work. So let's do it this way rather. Let's do it this way. I don't know if you guys understand what I was trying to say, by the way. So let's say I'll just do one project because I don't have time. Let's say project, right? Let's say we call this project just for the purpose of this. And I'm going to create a component with this. Then I do duplicate it. Then I'll call it option 1. So I'll come here and call this project. And I want to prototype this. So I'll bring this here, click on it. I say while pressing, change to this. So I'll try let's see if it will work. Okay. I don't know if you guys really understand that means. What we need to do is to take this out from there. So it will not work this way. What we're going to do then would be to make it like a minute. Let me just remove this one. Remove this instance. So what I'm going to do would be to duplicate another one. Going to be option 1, option 2, option 3. So when you click on this, let's try this. I'll convert this to frame so I can arrange it well. So on click, we can do on click share. Let's see what happens here. Sorry, I use black. So let's call this. Let's bring it here. Okay, I think I get an idea. Give this a color because it's showing, but it's not. There was no fill. So let's try it again. But I don't know if you guys understand my concept, what I had in mind. So you can always, if you take time to do your prototype, you can always click it. So imagine you have option project 1, 2, 3 here. The ones they click, you prototype this one also to take them to, if you click on this, it will take them to another page. Let's say you click on this to take them to a different page. So that might help you do your portfolio properly. But believe me, if you take time to design a screen, that will be better right now. That was not the purpose for the class. So you can
Sorry,
also
before you
use your
go on, sir, that means you can share a prototypable screen. Like they
yes, you
can
can.
interact
You can.
with it.
Yes, you can. Look at it as share presentation. The same way you say share prototype, you see share prototype. So let's
Oh,
assume,
okay.
yeah, let's assume we have this. You can share your prototype. What's going on? My oh, my son is not going to disconnect. That one can play and just scatter everywhere. Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Oh no, my internet just disconnected today. I don't know what happened there. Where did we stop? Someone asked if we can share our prototype, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Someone asked
yes, you
about
can share your prototype. So when you click on share, you see copy prototype link. This can work. If you copy the link, you can send to someone. You can also, I think it's also you can share directly from here, right? Okay, I don't think so. Okay, when you open on impedance, if you open in this mode, you can share it in this mode. Share prototype. Copy the link. That can also work. Yeah. So Richard, you can share prototype. Yep.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was asking the last time when I said, can you share prototype? Okay, you said you can also screen record. So problem.
Yeah, you
Thank you,
can
sir.
share. Yeah, you can share prototype. Yeah. For whatever reason, I don't know why my system disconnected today. I'll check it out. All right. So yeah, career. I think that's basically for portfolio. So we can always assist like the way we assist what I said last time to create portfolio. We can just meet together, walk you through. To if you just look at someone's on Figma help you do your prototype properly and I'll share the link. If someone clicks on it to just do it properly in such a normal website in prototyping. Once you click on it, it takes you to the next page or scroll depending on what you want to. And you show your project. Then in what else? Career development. I mean, this one is just stories, but it's very important. So you in a more civilized industry, let me use that word, or workplace, they 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 break the rules into categories. So you can some people focus on the UX side of it, some people focus on the user interface part of it, while some people do the user research part of it. Then some people do the prototyping, just the interaction design, which is what we're teaching. Now, in a small space, in a small workspace, definitely are going to do all the things yourself, or everybody in the same thing will do the same thing. So that if you're working on a project, you guys work on the same thing, work on when you're in UI, the UI part of it, you do the UI. When you're in the UX part of it, you do the UX together. So it just depends on where you find yourself. That's why you shouldn't really focus only in one part of the your design, because it might limit you, especially when you find yourself in like Nigeria, where they might not really specialize. Say you have to be UX, you have to be UI. They want UI UX designer. In there you can in there sometimes they even ask you must know Adobe, ask you for so many other things that might not really be necessary, which is wrong. But I mean, just know if you know it is an added advantage, which is good for you. Yeah. So it's not good to just focus on one part. If you can, make sure that you grounded on both. Then what else? Design strategy. That's more like consulting. You cannot get into that part if you're not already have many years of experience. Then you can also specialize on web. Some people specialize on mobile and web. Some people do accessibility, but some people do enterprise UX. That's more like the SaaS project. It's what we call SaaS project. But I don't think you should think of specialization at this moment. It is as you grow deep and you like maybe you want to specialize. That means you're already limiting yourself in the kind of job you might have. However, you can only want to specialize after you've had something on ground. You get job already you're doing, then you can choose to specialize if you want to. Yeah, like you're not under any pressure to look for a job. You already get something you're doing. So you can now say, okay, I want to now specialize on accessibility, on enterprise UX, on service design, on UX writing. There's what we call UX writing, like some people call content development, but there's also UX writing. The text, the kind of things you want to write on your website. How do you want people to navigate? The feeling you want them to have. Is it good part of UX, is part of UX. So there are people that do UX writing. So you can choose that if you want to. But I mean, you should already know how to design before you think of specializing, right? Because it's not fair that you don't know how to design and you're already specializing. Then what else? Growing your career, of course, build in public. Remember, I said share your work in LinkedIn, Instagram, X. Then, of course, share your work. People want to see what you can do. I'm sharing my screen. Okay, yeah. Then also contribute to open source project. Sometimes people ask on the community people to join them in a project. If you can join, contribute, and definitely if you contribute, you can also use it on your portfolio, which is good. Then join design communities, like I said. Participate in challenges like daily UI UX challenges. So many people, I think mostly in LinkedIn, depending on people you follow more of the UI UX designers. You see they always do maybe April challenge, May challenge. They just do it, and it's fun if you have time and you want to learn. Me, I don't really participate so much in that because I'm very busy. But I mean, earlier, yes, I used to. It's very helpful. It really help you in your design skills. So then what else? Learn continuously. Guys, you need to learn. This is not the end of the class. That doesn't mean that what you've learned down that you're already a master. No, you can't learn everything. There are so many things that I've not. There are so many things that I've not taught you guys, which you definitely will learn by yourself. If you want to do the advanced with us, fine. We can always have another structured for you, and you realize that there are so many things we've not taught you. I mean, you can also leverage on YouTube. YouTube is a good option for that as well. Yeah, YouTube can help you, but they get certified, grow, learn more, Like guys, learn more because I can assure you that if you keep this thing for 2 weeks and come back again at this level that you are now, you'll struggle with some things. I'm assuring you that if you keep this thing for 2 weeks and come back, you will still be struggle. You will struggle because it has not yet become part of you yet. So our advice that you don't sleep on it. Make sure that you learn continuously. That's how you can grow in your career. Then, of course, getting hired, that one is crazy because the market is saturated. But I mean, tailor your portfolio for each of your jobs. Yeah, read job description carefully and know what you need to do. Network smartly. Excuse me. Then apply strategically. I mean, just apply and make sure that you apply. Put in your application. Don't just apply randomly. Just check jobs and read your job description and apply rightly. I mean, some people would always ask for internship. If you have opportunity to intern, that's fine. And you might not really hear of the internship. Sometimes people for an intern, and you'll be surprised that so many companies are doing that. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Okay. Did I break at some point? Okay. So, any question?
So the question I have that we've been using Figma for our designs. Now, uh, can we also use Adobe Illustrator as a substitute for Figma?
No, you still have substitute for Figma, but you can use Adobe XD. And you can also use Sketch. There's a platform called Sketch. You can use
Okay.
Adobe XD.
Okay.
some people but they don't really use those for design. If you're designing your app on Adobe XD, you are really limiting yourself because it's not collaborative enough. So that's why nobody asks you to present your job in Adobe XD. They ask you to present your job in Figma. Yeah. So don't limit. I don't think I've used Adobe XD more than 3 times. And I will struggle with it here because I'm trying to learn the layout. In as much as I know how to use Photoshop and
Your
everything,
network
but
is breaking, sir.
yeah. My network is breaking.
Yes, sir. Off and on. Off and on.
Is it okay now?
It's okay, sir.
Okay. So no one is gonna ask you for Adobe XD or Illustrator. They're gonna ask you for Figma. So it's better you learn Figma. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question, guys? Any question, guys?
So that nobody
Okay.
is us.
All right. So no question. That means we do our grouping tomorrow, and I walk you guys through on. I've done the grouping already, by the way, but I have to make sure that they are grouping already. So I know so many people on this group that we have to take away, but we need to make sure that we get the right people, by the way. So by tomorrow, still speaking with Titi to make sure that we have a good grouping. But this is basically your grouping, guys. And you might see your name somewhere and you know what group you belong. And we have projects for each of the groups that we are going to share tomorrow. So by tomorrow, during the class, we are going to talk you guys through on how to handle your project. Then what to do in each of the stage of your project, because that's what's going to help you. And you need to finish your project in 2 weeks. Yeah. And it's possible to do it if you know what you want to do. Because you have to work every day. So we expect you're working 14 days. In 14 days, you'll be able to finish it. Yeah. So by tomorrow, guys, we are going to talk about your project and how to navigate your project. Any question, guys? Any question, guys, before we call it a day?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Nasun.
Mine is not really a question, it's my Figma. You said I should remind you.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We need to have a session. Maybe after this class, we stay back and you share your screen. Let me see what is happening with your Figma.
Okay, sir.
So you will not leave the class. Don't leave the class while others will leave. Guys, any other question? If not, have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you so much,
Okay.
sir. See you
You're
tomorrow.
welcome. Yeah.
Okay, sir. A quick one.
Yeah.
Thank you
Please,
very much, sir.
please,
That's
are you
my
going to
pleasure.
share the first video you recorded?
Yes, I will. The 2 videos.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a
Yeah.
nice